So for those of us in the Gampa, if you haven't already picked up a red and a silver prayer book, we will be using all three of them, red, silver, gold. So be sure to grab those at the back there. And at one point, we will be going outside and circumambulating, so we'll, leave that door and grab our shoes and, bring your coat if you are so inclined. And he's like a lighting master. Hi, Karen. Out on the table where those candles are. Yeah, thank you. Hey, David. Can y'all hear me okay? Excellent. And can one of you unmute and say something just so we can make sure we hear you okay?
Hi.
I can hear you. Thank you. I'm glad you're here. So we'll get started in just a few more minutes. We have some people outside finishing setting up, so I'll go let them know that it's time to come in.
Good morning, or good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for attending the Lama Tsongkhapa Day event. I think Yeshua will be very pleased. I think this is about 4 times the number that came compared to last year. I think there were like 3 of us. we stood around a little table in the lobby. Is that? Yeah. So this is incredible. Wow. Okay. Okay.
No, because there's a lot. So. Well, should we? No, I mean, I'm going to stick with it.
Okay. So I'll share the screen now. We are going to do Lama Tsongkhapa Guru Yoga, and we'll do a light offering, and then we'll return to the Gampa and do some more prayers. Okay, so we're going to use all 3 prayer books, and I will tell you which one. And the color, and the one, I will be just not saying the title of the book, but the color of the cover. So we're going by that. Okay, so we'll start with the Refuge in Bodhicitta prayer, and it's in the silver book, page 17. And we're going to say that 3 times in English. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, May I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfections, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. And now the meditation on the four immeasurable thoughts. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were to abide in equanimity, free of hatred and attachment, not holding some close and others distant. May they abide in equanimity. I myself will cause them to abide in equanimity. Please, Guru Deity, bless me to be able to do this. So I think Geshe usually mentions that in this extended version of the Four Immeasurables, the thought of equanimity is first. And so, okay, and then there's different purposes for each line. So we won't go into that. I think I already went on Sunday. Okay, so the immeasurable thought of loving kindness. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings had happiness in the cause of happiness. May they have happiness in its cause. I myself will cause them to have happiness in its cause. Please, Guru Deity, bless me to be able to do this. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were free of suffering in its cause. May they be free of suffering in its cause. I myself will cause them to be free from suffering in its cause. Please, Guru Deity, bless me to be able to do this. How wonderful it would be if all sentient beings were never separated from the happiness of higher rebirth and liberation. May they never be separated from these. I myself will cause them never to be separated from these. Please, Guru Deity, bless me to be able to do this. And then the generating special bodhicitta. For the sake of all mother sentient beings, I shall quickly actualize the Guru Deity's primordial state of Buddhahood in this very lifetime. I shall liberate all mother sentient beings from suffering and lead them to the great bliss of Buddhahood. For this purpose, I'm going to practice the profound path of Guru Deity Yoga. For the sake of all mother sentient beings, I shall quickly and more quickly actualize the Guru Deity's primordial state of Buddhahood in this very lifetime. I shall liberate all mother sentient beings from suffering and lead them to the great bliss of Buddhahood. For this purpose, I'm going to practice the profound path of Guru Deity Yoga. For the sake of all mother sentient beings, I shall quickly and more quickly actualize the Guru Deity's primordial state of Buddhahood in this very lifetime. I shall liberate all mother sentient beings from suffering and lead them to the great bliss of Buddhahood. For this purpose, I'm going to practice the profound path of Guru Deity Yoga. Purifying the place. Everywhere may the ground be pure, free of the roughness of pebbles and so forth. May it be in the nature of lapis lazuli and as smooth as the palm of one's hand. May human and divine offerings, actually arranged and mentally created, clouds of finest mantra bhadra offerings fill the entire space. Okay, so if you can't follow the offering cloud mantra, you can just think Om Ahum. Om Namo Bhagavate Vajrasara Pramadanaye Tathagataya Arahate Syamaksam Buddhaya Teata Om Vaje Vaje Mahavaje Mahateja Vaje Mahavidya Vaje Mahabodhicitta Vaje Mahabodhi Mendopasam Kramana Vaje Sarakawa Avarano Vishodhana Vaje Soha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vajrasara Pramadanaye Tathagataya Arahate Samaksam Buddhaya Teata Om Vaje Vaje Mahavaje Mahateja Vaje Mahavidya Vaje Mahabodhicitta Vaje Mahabodhi Mendopasam Kramana Vaje Sarakawa Avarano Vishodhana Vaje Soha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vajrasara Pramadanaye Tathagataya Arahate Samyaksam Buddhaya Teata Om Vaje Vaje Mahavaje Mahateja Vaje Mahavidya Vaje Mahabodhicitta Vaje Mahabodhi Mendopasam Kramana Vaje Sarakawa Avarano Vishodhana Vaje Soha. by the power of truth of the three rare sublime ones, the blessings of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, the great wealth of the completed two collections, and the sphere of phenomena being pure and inconceivable, may these clouds of offerings arising through transformation by the Bodhisattvas, Arya Samanthabhadra, Manjushu, and so forth, unimaginable and inexhaustible, equaling the sky, arise in the eyes of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions be received. Okay, now the actual Guru Yoga meditation, still in the same book. You who emanate from the heart of the Savior of the 100 Devas joyful realm, on the peak of a cloud water holder resembling clumps of extremely fresh white curd, the King of Dharma, omniscient Tsongkhapa with your sons, I request you to come to this place. In the sky before me, on a lion throne, lotus and moon disk, the perfect pure Lama smiles with delight. Supreme field of merit of mind's devotion, I beg you to abide for 100 eons to increase the teachings. Your holy mind understands the full extent of objects to be known. Your eloquent speech is the ear ornament of the fortunate ones. Your holy body is glowing and glorious with fame. To you who is meaningful to see, hear, and remember, I prostrate. Beautiful drinking water, various arranged flowers, fragrant incense, light, scented water, and so forth, actually performed and mentally transformed oceans of clouds of offerings, I offer to you the supreme field of merit. Whatever non-virtues of body, speech, and mind, and especially actions opposite to the three vows that I have created from beginningless time, from the bottom of my heart, I regret and fervently confess them all individually. In this time of the 5 degenerations, you strove for many listenings and realizations and made meaningful the perfect human rebirth by renouncing the 8 worldly concerns and the Savior's extensive deeds. I rejoice sincerely from the depths of my heart. Please, holy, perfect, pure Gurus, from billow clouds of compassion and wisdom in the sky of Dharmakaya, may rainfalls of profound and extensive teachings of whatever is suitable for the ears of sentient beings or objects to be subdued. I dedicate whatever virtues I have ever collected for the benefit of the teachings and all sentient beings, and in particular for the essential teachings of Venerable Losang Drapa to shine forever. Okay, now go to the red book, page 177. And we're going to read the mandala of the 37 heaps in English. 177 in the red book. Om Vaja Bhumi Ahum, mighty golden ground. Om Vaja Reke Ahum, encircled by a wall of iron mountains. In the center, Mount Meru, king of mountains. In the east, Videha, noble body. In the south, Jambudvipa, rose apple. In the west, Godanya, cattle using. In the north, Kuru, unpleasant sound. Deha and Videha, body and noble body. Camera and Kapa Kamara, Yaktail, another Yaktail. Sada and Uttara Mantrin, deceitful and traveling the supreme path. Kuru and Karaba, unpleasant sound, and companion, unpleasant sound. We're on the red retreat book for those who just came in on page 177. Precious mountain, wish-granting tree, wish-fulfilling cow, uncultivated harvest, precious wheel, precious jewel, precious queen, precious minister, precious elephant, precious horse, precious general, great treasure face, grace goddess, garland goddess, song goddess, dance goddess, flower goddess, incense goddess, light goddess, perfume goddess, sun and moon, precious parasol and banner of victory in all directions. In the center, the riches of gods and humans, perfect, lacking nothing, pure and enchanting. To the glorious, holy, kind root and lineage gurus, and especially to the host of deities of the great Lama, Losang Tuwang Dorje Chang, along with your revenues, I offer this universe. Please accept it with compassion for the sake of transmigratory beings. Having accepted it out of your compassion for sentient beings, please bless me and all mother transmigratory beings equaling the extent of space. We'll be using 3 books, the red retreat book, the gold book, and the silver prayer book. Now please go to the silver book, to page 25, the silver one. And there's some in the cart in the back of the room, I think. So you already have the gold prayer book, so you need the silver and the red book. There aren't any more? Oh. Yeah, there's more. We didn't accept such a wonderful crowd. This is wonderful. Yeah.
Just leave those. Those are venerable condos.
Yeah, those are venerable condos.
We have more. You can leave those.
And did you find a red retreat book also? Dr. Brown, did you get a red retreat book? Okay. So we're on page 25 in the silver prayer book. Okay. This ground anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, the 4 continents, the sun and the moon. I imagine this is a Buddha field and offer it. May all living beings enjoy this pure land. Due to the merits of having offered this mandala to Guru Lama Tsongkhapa, father and 2 sons, may I, my family members, and all sentient beings, without a delay of even 1 second, be able to meet the pure wisdom teaching of the victorious ones, Lama Tsongkhapa, who is endowed with pure morality and the brave attitude, who does extensive deeds for all sentient beings, and who accomplished the yoga of 2 stages, the essence of which is the transcendental wisdom of non-dual bliss and voidness. Idam Guru Rata Mandalakam Niryatayami. Okay, now the visualization. 3 hollow white beams are emitted from the hearts of Lama Tsongkhapa and sons, and beams mix into one as they enter into your own crown. Milk-colored white nectar flows into you through the white beam tube and washes away all stains, sicknesses, spirit harms, defilement, and negative karma. Your own body becomes calm and clear like crystal. Now the 9-line prayer to Lama Tsongkhapa, and we say this 3 times. Vajradhara, Lord of sages, source of all realizations, Avalokiteshvara, great treasure of objectless compassion, Manjushri, master of stainless wisdom, Vajrapani, destroyer of the entire host of Maras, Losang Japa, crown jewel of sages of the land of snow, to you, Guru Deity, embodying the 3 refuges, I make requests respectfully with my 3 doors. Please grant your blessings to liberate myself and others. Please bestow the supreme and common realizations. Vajradhara, Lord of sages, source of all realizations, Avalokiteshvara, great treasure of objectless compassion, Manjushri, master of stainless wisdom, Vajrapani, destroyer of the entire host of Maras, Losang Japa, crown jewel of sages of the land of snow, to you, Guru Deity, embodying the 3 refuges, I make requests respectfully with my 3 doors. Please grant your blessings to liberate myself and others. Please bestow the supreme and common realizations. Vajradhara, Lord of sages, source of all realizations, Avalokiteshvara, great treasure of objectless compassion, Manjushri, master of stainless wisdom, Vajrapani, destroyer over the entire host of Maras. Losang Japa, crown jewel of sages of the land of snow. To you, Guru deity, embodying the three refuges, I make requests respectfully with my three doors. Please grant your blessings to liberate myself and others. Please bestow the supreme and common realizations. Okay, now I'm going to chant the Mitsema in Tibetan, and then we'll say it in English 2 times. We can all chant. Migmet sewe te chen chen re sig di me kempe wampo jampe yang gan chen kepe Tsugen Tsongkhapa lo sandape jabla soade. Avalokiteshvara, great treasure of non-objectifying compassion. Manjushri, master of stainless wisdom. Tsongkhapa, crown ornament of the sages of the land of snow. Losang Drapa, at your feet I make requests. Avalokiteshvara, great treasure of non-objectifying compassion. Manjushri, master of stainless wisdom. Tsongkhapa, crown ornament of sages of the land of snow. Losang Drapa, at your feet I make requests. So now we're going to go to outside to the stupa, and what we're going to do, you have to take your silver prayer book, and because when we're there, we're going to read the light offering prayer on pages 60 and 61, and then we're going to say the Mitsema with the 4-line prayer. What page was that on?
Well, it is on the handout that's out there with
it's on the handout?
with the name mantra.
Oh, okay, good.
So be sure to take the silver prayer book. What page did you say?
60, page 60.
Okay. And then on our way out, shoes, coats, pick up a candle, turn it on the bottom, and grab one of the handouts that has the Lama Tsongkhapa, the name mantra, which is at the bottom. Yes, we will be coming back in here, yes. Those of you online, we will have someone on their phone to so that you can see what is happening. In just a second.
I think we should go down like some places. I need that number of arms out there. That. Very good. Yes. Okay. Let's go. Bracelet. Hi.
one, right? I don't think two. No.
Make it.
Switch it.
That's better. It's kind of complicated. Hello. Everybody ready? Yeah. Might as well hang on to it in case. No, I see what you're saying. Okay, so we start with the light offering prayer. May the light of the land be equal to the great 3,000 worlds and their fire. May the visible land be equal to the kingdom mountains. May the water be equal to the infinite ocean. May there be billions and trillions of lamps, present of each and every Buddha. May the light illuminate the darkness of ignorance of all sentient beings, from the peak of Tsongkhapa down to the most tortuous hell, whereby they can see directly and clearly all the 10 directions, Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and their pure lands. All Buddha, okay, and I offer these beautifully exalted, clear, and luminous prayers. Without the Buddhas and the fortunate, all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the infinite pure land.
Unmuted.
My father, mother, and all sentient beings in this planet, all their God, be able to see directly the actual pure lands of the complete and perfect Buddhas. May they unify with Buddha Amitabha in inseparable oneness. Please bless me and may my prayers be actualized as soon as possible, due to the power of the truth of the Triple Gem and the assembly of deities of the three groups. Heata Om Pincha Griya Awa Bodhani Soha. 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 Heata Om Pincha Griya Bodhani Soha. Heata Om Pincha Griya Awa Bodhani Soha. The light transforms into a single brilliant 5-color mist. On a lotus moon mist, syllables Om and P appear. From them, 108 beautiful goddesses of light, Warmema, appear, wearing beautiful garments and precious gardens. Every goddess holds lights in her hands, and from them emanate billions of trillions of infinite replicas of light offering goddesses. All of them make light offerings uninterruptedly to all the Buddhas in the Buddha fields throughout all of space and to the peaceful and wrathful deities. Thus, due to the merit of having made such a light offering, may all the benefactors, the deceased, and migrating beings of the 6 realms benefit. May all their degenerate samaya and broken vows be restored. May all their superstitious obscurations be purified. May all their bad karma, negativity, and obscurations be purified. May the 3 realms of sorrow become empty and immediate. Please grant control, power, and realization. Okay, now you can say the Yitzhak either in English or chanted in Tibetan.
That's on the paper handout.
Oh.
The next prayer is the Heart of Protection of Wisdom Sutra. Okay. Okay. In the red top color. I don't know what's going on here. Page 232. In the red, the Heart of Perfection Wisdom Sutra. Page 232, the red one. 232, the red retreat book. 232. The Heart of the Perfection Wisdom Sutra. I prostrate to the three noble, rare, sublime ones. Thus did I hear at one time. The Bhagawan was dwelling on massive Vulture's Mountain and Raja Griha, together with a great community of monks and a great community of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Bhagawan was absorbed in the concentration on the categories of phenomenon called profound perception. Also at that time, the Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, Arya, Avalokiteshvara looked upon the very practice of the profound perfection of wisdom and beheld those five aggregates also as empty of inherent nature. Then, through the power of Buddha, the Venerable Shariputra said this to the Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, Arya Avalokiteshvara: how should any son of the lineage train who wishes to practice the activity of the profound perfection of wisdom? He said that, and the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Arya Avalokiteshvara said this to the Venerable Shariputra. Shariputra, any son of the lineage or daughter of the lineage who wishes to practice the activity of the profound perfection of wisdom should look upon it like this, correctly and repeatedly, beholding those five aggregates also as empty of inherent nature. Form is empty. Emptiness is form. Emptiness is not other than form. Form is also not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors, and consciousness are empty. Shariputra, likewise, all phenomena are emptiness, without characteristic, unproduced, unceased, stainless, not without stain, not deficient, not fulfilled. Shariputra, therefore in emptiness, there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no compositional factors, and no consciousness, no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, and no mind, no visual form, no sound, no odor, no taste, no object of touch, and no phenomenon. There is no I element, and so on up to and including no mind element and no mental consciousness element. There is no ignorance, no extinction of ignorance, and so on up to and including no aging and death and no extinction of aging and death. Similarly, there is no suffering, origination, cessation, and path. There is no exalted wisdom, no attainment, and even no non-attainment. Shariputra, therefore, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas rely on and dwell in the perfection of wisdom, the mind without obscuration and without fear. Having completely passed beyond error, they reach the end point of nirvana. All the Buddhas who dwell in the three times also manifestly, completely awaken to unsurpassable, perfect, complete enlightenment in reliance on the perfection of wisdom. Therefore, the mantra of the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, the mantra equal to the unequaled, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering, should be known as truth, since it is not false. The mantra of the perfection of wisdom is declared, Teata Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhisoha. Shariputra, the Bodhisattva Mahasattva should train in the profound perfection of wisdom like that. Then the Bhagawan arose from that concentration and commended the Bodhisattva Mahasattva Arya Avalokiteshvara, saying, well said, son of the lineage. It is like that. It is like that. One should practice the profound perfection of wisdom, just as you have indicated. Even the Tathagatas rejoice. The Bhagawan, having thus spoken, the Venerable Shariputra, the Bodhisattva, Mahasattva, Arya, Avalokiteshvara, those surrounding in their entirety, along with the world of gods, humans, asuras, and the Gandharvas, were overjoyed and highly praised that spoken by the Bhagavan. Now go to that red prayer book, page 253, and we'll read the 3 principal aspects of the path by Lama Tsongkhapa. Page 253 in the same book, red prayer book. Page 253. I bow down to my perfect gurus, the essential meaning of the victorious one's teachings, the path praised by all the holy victors and their sons, the gateway of the fortunate ones desiring liberation. This I shall try to explain as much as I can. Those who are not attached to the pleasures of circling samsara, who strive to make freedom and endowments meaningful, who entrust themselves to the path pleasing the victorious ones, you fortunate ones, listen with a calm mind. Without the complete intention definitely to be free from circling, there is no way to pacify attachment seeking pleasurable effects in the ocean of circling. Also, by craving for cyclic existence, embodied beings are continuously bound. Therefore, at the very beginning, seek renunciation. Freedom and endowments are difficult to find, and life has no time to spare. By gaining familiarity with this, attraction to the appearances of this life is reversed. By thinking over and over again that actions and their effects are unbetraying, and repeatedly contemplating the miseries of cyclic existence, attraction to the appearances of future lives is reversed. When, by having trained in that way, there is no arising, even for a second, of attraction to the perfections of cyclic existence, and all day and night the intention seeking liberation arises, then the thought of renunciation has been generated. Even if renunciation has been developed, if it is not possessed by the mind of enlightenment, it does not become the cause of the perfect bliss of unsurpassed enlightenment. Therefore, the wise generate the supreme mind of enlightenment. Swept away by the current of the 4 powerful rivers, tied by the tight bonds of karma so hard to undo, caught in the iron net of self-grasping, completely enveloped by the total darkness of ignorance, endlessly reborn in cyclic existence, ceaselessly tormented by the 3 sufferings, thinking that all mothers are in such a condition, generate the supreme mind of enlightenment. In short, if like the mother whose cherished son has fallen into a pit of fire, and who experiences even 1 second of his suffering as an unbearable eternity, your reflection on the suffering of all mother sentient beings has made it impossible for you to bear their suffering for even 1 second, and the wish seeking enlightenment for their sake arises without effort. Then you have realized the supreme precious mind of enlightenment. Without the wisdom realizing ultimate reality, even though you have generated renunciation and the mind of enlightenment, you cannot cut the root cause of circling. Therefore, attempt the method to realize dependent arising. One who sees the cause and effect of all phenomena of both cyclic existence and the state beyond sorrow as forever unbetraying, and for whom any object trusted in by the grasping mind has completely disappeared, has at time entered the path pleasing the Buddhas. If the appearance of dependent relation, which is unbetraying, is accepted separately from emptiness, and as long as they are seen as separate, then one has still not realized the Buddha's intent. If these 2 realizations are happening simultaneously without alternation, and from merely seeing dependent relation as completely unbetraying, the definite ascertainment comes that completely destroys the way in which all objects are apprehended as truly existent. At that time, the analysis of the ultimate view is complete. Furthermore, appearance eliminates the extreme of existence, and emptiness eliminates the extreme of non-existence. If you realize how emptiness manifests in the manner of cause and effect, then you are not captivated by wrong notions holding extreme views. In this way, you realize exactly the vital points of the three principal aspects of the path. Resort to seeking solitude, generate the power of effort, and quickly accomplish your final goal, my child. Now go to page 258 and we'll read a song of experience, Lamrim Namgur, in the same book. Page 258. I bow my head to you, foremost of the Shakyas, whose body is formed by 10 million perfections, virtues, and excellence, whose speech fulfills the hopes of infinite transmigratory beings, whose mind perceives all objects of knowledge. I prostrate to Manjushri and Maitreya, whose emanations sport in innumerable universes, assuming the responsibility of all the conqueror's conduct. You are the supreme sons of the peerless teacher. I prostrate at the feet of Nagarjuna and Asanga, ornaments of Jambudvipa, renowned throughout the three levels, who compose commentaries in accordance with the intention on the mother of the conquerors, so hard to fathom. I bow to Dimpamkara Atisha, holder of the treasury of instructions, that gathers together the important points completely and unmistakably of the paths of profound view and vast conduct, the excellent lineages descending from the two great charioteers. I prostrate respectfully to the spiritual teachers, eyes that see all the infinite scriptures, who with skillful means, moved by compassion, clarify the supreme entryway for the fortunate traveling to liberation. The stages of the path to enlightenment are the excellent lineage handed by from Nagarjuna and Asanga, crown ornaments of the wise of Jambudvipa, and banners of fame resplendent among transmigratory beings. This instruction, the king of powerful jewels, fulfills all the desired aims of the 9 types of beings. It is an ocean of glorious and excellent explanations, gathering the rivers of 1,000 fine scriptures. Through it, you can realize that all the teachings are without contradiction, understand all the scriptures as an instruction, easily find the intention of the conqueror, and be protected from the abyss of very faulty conduct. Therefore, this supreme instruction is relied on by many fortunate ones, the wise beings of India and Tibet. What analytical person would not be captivated by the stages of the path of the 3 types of beings? Contemplate the meaning of this method that gathers the essence of all the scriptures. Even teaching or hearing a single session definitely gathers great waves of the assembled benefits of explaining or listening to the Holy Dharma. Rely correctly and with effort in thought and action on the holy spiritual friend, the teacher of the path, and the foundation perfectly bringing auspiciousness for all the excellent collections of this and future lives. Having seen this, do not give them up, even at the cost of your life, and please him with the offering of practicing just as he instructs. I, a yogi, practice like this. You who desire liberation should do likewise. This body of leisure, more precious than a wish-fulfilling jewel, is found but once. Though difficult to obtain again, it finishes as quickly as lightning in the sky. Having reflected in this way, realize that all worldly activities are like winnowed chaff. I, a yogi, practice like this. You who desire liberation should do likewise. Although there is no certainty that after death you will be reborn in the bad migrations, the 3 jewels will definitely protect you from this fear. Therefore, steadfastly take refuge in them and never generate their precepts. In addition, think well about the results of black and white actions and depend on the correct practice of that to be adopted and that to be rejected. I, a yogi, practice like this. You who desire liberation should do likewise. Until you attain a body with pure characteristics, you will not make progress in your practice of the supreme path. Train in the causes for becoming free from those impurities, since your 3 doors are defiled by negative actions, downfalls, and stains. It is particularly important to purify karmic obscurations. Therefore, continuously cherish reliance on purification with the 4 forces. I, a yogi, practice like this. You who desire liberation should do likewise. If you do not put effort into contemplating true sufferings, the faults of cyclic existence, you will not develop the wish for liberation. If you do not contemplate true origins, the steps for entering cyclic existence, you will not understand how to cut the roots of cyclic existence. Therefore, rely on awareness, definite emergence from existence, and cherish the knowledge of what binds you to cyclic existence. I, a yogi, practice like this. You who desire liberation should do likewise. The generation of the mind is the central post of the Mahayana path, the base and support of great waves of contact, a philosopher's stone transforming all into the 2 collections, a treasure of merit gathering infinite virtue. Having understood this, the heroic children of the conquerors maintain deeply the pledges of the precious supreme mind. I, a yogi, practice like this. You who desire liberation should do likewise. Generosity is the wish-fulfilling jewel, satisfying the hopes of transmigratory beings, the supreme weapon cutting the knot of miserliness, the activity of the children of the conquerors that strengthens courage without dismay, and the basis of their renown in the 10 directions. Having understood this, the wise rely on the excellent path of giving away their bodies, possessions, and virtue. I, a yogi, practice like this. You who desire liberation should do likewise. Morality is water cleansing the stains of faulty behavior, moonlight dispelling the hot torment of the afflictions, as splendid as Mount Meru in the midst of the 9 types of beings. It gathers all transmigratory beings with no threat of force. Having understood this, holy beings guard morality correctly taken as they do their eyes. I, a yogi, practice like this. You who desire liberation should do likewise. Patience is the finest ornament of the powerful, the supreme of all hardships, counteracting the torment of the afflictions, a Garuda against the enemy, the snake of hatred, and thick armor against the weapon of harsh speech. Having understood this, cultivate the armor of supreme patience in many ways. I, a yogi, practice like this. You who desire liberation should do likewise. When you don armor like effort, steady and immovable, the qualities of scripture and realization will increase like the waxing moon. All your behavior becomes meaningful, and whatever actions are undertaken will be accomplished as desired. Having understood this, the conqueror's children put forth billowing waves of effort, dispelling all laziness. I, a yogi, practice like this. You who desire liberation should do likewise. Consecration is the king ruling the mind. When placed, it is as immovable as Mount Meru. When sent forth, it engages all virtuous objects, induces the great bliss of a serviceable body and mind. Having understood this, the lords of yogis rely continuously on the meditative stabilization that destroys the enemy, distraction. I, a yogi, practice like this. You who desire liberation should do likewise. Wisdom is an eye seeing profound thusness, the path eradicating the root of existence, a treasury of qualities praised in all the scriptures, and renowned as the supreme of lamps dispelling the darkness of ignorance. Having understood this, the wise who desire liberation generate the path with much effort. I, a yogi, practice like this. You who desire liberation should do likewise. One-pointed concentration alone is not considered to be able to cut the roots of cyclic existence. Wisdom separated from the path of karma binding will not avert the afflictions, no matter how much you analyze. Having mounted the wisdom that reflects on the real mode of existence, upon the horse of steadfast calm abiding, with the sharp weapon of the logic of the middle way free of extremes, destroy all mental fabrications grasping at extremes. with vast wisdom analyzing in this way, increase the wisdom that realizes thusness. I, a yogi, practice like this. You who desire liberation should do likewise. The meditative stabilization achieved by one-pointed meditation is not enough. With the individual investigation of proper analysis, generate the meditative stabilization that abides firm and immovable on the mode of existence. Having seen this, understand how wonderful are those who endeavor to accomplish the union of calm abiding and special insight. I, a yogi, practice like this. You who desire liberation should do likewise. In meditative equipoise, emptiness is like space. In post-meditation, emptiness is like an illusion. Through meditation on both, method and wisdom are unified, whereby the perfect conduct of the conqueror's children is praised. Having realized this, the tradition of those of good fortune is not satisfied by either path alone. I, a yogi, practice like this. You who desire liberation should do likewise. Having generated the common path necessary for the route to supreme Mahayana paths, the causal and resultant, rely on a protector, a skillful master, and enter the great ocean of the classes of Tantra. Then, through reliance on complete and perfect instructions, make the attainment of your leisures and endowments meaningful. I, a yogi, practice like this. You who desire liberation should do likewise. Due to the virtue from explaining in clear words the perfect complete path pleasing to the conquerors, so as to familiarize my mind with it and to benefit others of good fortune, I made the prayer, may all transmigrator beings never be parted from the excellent pure path. I, a yogi, prayed like this. You who desire liberation should do likewise. Okay, and now go to the gold book, to page 263 in the gold book. And we'll read the final Lamrim dedication on page 263. From my two types of merits, vast as space, that I have amassed from working with effort at this practice for a great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose mind's wisdom eye is blinded by ignorance. Even if I do not reach this state, may I be held in your loving compassion for all lives, Manju Shri. May I find the best of complete graded paths of the teachings, and may I please all the Buddhas by my practice. Using skillful means drawn by the strong force of compassion, may I clear the darkness from the minds of all beings. With the points of the path as I have discerned them, may I uphold Buddha's teachings for a very long time. With my heart going out with great compassion, in whatever direction the most precious teachings have not yet spread, or once spread have declined, may I reveal this treasure of happiness and aid. May the minds of those who wish for liberation be granted bounteous peace, and the Buddha's deeds be nourished for a long time. By even this graded path to enlightenment completed, due to the wondrous virtuous conduct of the Buddhas and their sons, may all human and non-human beings who eliminate adversity and create conducive conditions for practicing the excellent paths never be parted in any of their lives from the purest path praised by the Buddhas. Whenever someone makes effort to act in accordance with the tenfold Mahayana virtuous practices, may you always be assisted by the mighty ones. May oceans of prosperity spread everywhere. Now go to the Gold Prayer Book to page 235, and we'll read the dedication prayers on page 235 in the Gold Prayer Book. Due to the merits of these virtuous actions, may I quickly attain the state of a Guru Buddha and lead all living beings without exception into that enlightened state. May the supreme jewel bodhicitta that has not arisen arise and grow. May that which has arisen not diminish, but increase more and more. just as the brave Manjushri and Samanta Bhadra too realize things as they are, I too dedicate all these merits in the best way that I may follow their perfect example. I dedicate all these roots of virtue with a dedication praised as the best by the victorious one just gone of the 3 times, so I might perform good works. I dedicate whatever virtues I have ever collected for the benefit of the teachings and of all sentient beings, and in particular for the essential teachings of perfect pure Tsongkhapa to shine forever. Okay, now the long life prayers, I think they're on the back cover of the gold prayer book. Yeah. Oh, 244 on the gold prayer book, 244 and 245 for the ones for His Holiness and for Sarah J. Khyentse Rinpoche Jetsun Losandala. So first we'll do the one for His Holiness, page 244. In the land encircled by snow mountains, you're the source of all happiness and good, all-powerful Chenrezig Tenzin Gyatso, please remain until samsara ends. And on page 245, the one who mastered his speech at a very young age, the one with great patience who received the name Alatare, the one with great precision who spread the teachings of Lama, Tsongkhapa, and Bliss and Void, Lama, ornament of the yellow hat tradition, please remain until samsara ends. Now we go to the back cover. Prayer for the swift return of Lama Zopa Rinpoche by His Holiness. Peerless teacher and assembly of the children of victorious ones, Shravakas, Pratyeka Buddhas, victorious Losang, father and sons, along with the lineage masters, all the objects of refuge of the infinite lands, please bestow the virtue and goodness of accomplishing this prayer here and now. Holding and spreading the Muni's precious and complete teachings through explanation and practice, you wore the armor of patience that is never discouraged. Incomparable, venerable Guru, to you I make request. While striving single-pointedly for the sake of the victorious one's teachings, the sole gateway through which all benefit and happiness emerge, and for mother living beings, so suddenly depart to peace, what a great loss. Nevertheless, through the undeceiving truth of the blessings of the ocean of the 3 jewels and the great waves of bodhicitta of the children of victorious ones, may the smile of the reincarnation swiftly beam in glory for fortunate disciples. Now, this is on the front cover, right? For long life prayer for Geshe La and Geshe Sampo. First for Geshe Gelek Choda. Supreme Guide, you lead us on the many paths of virtue. A shining sun, you give us the best of excellent explanations. Supreme virtuous friend, you are a constant Dharma companion. Lama, who has renounced fame, may you ever remain. You who have steadfast imprints of virtuous qualities and keep the instructions of glorious Guru in your heart, you who pass day and night with noble activities, great virtuous friend, may you have a very long life. And then 7 Tara mantras for all sentient beings. All sentient beings, who, including those who are of the Jewish faith, Hanukkah started, also for those who lost their lives in the Pearl Harbor. Om Tare Tu Re Soha. 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 Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for coming on such a cold evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Venerable Lama.
Thank you, Venerable Lama.
Thank you, Venerable Lama.
Many thanks. Thank you. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Lamala. Thank you.
Thanks for coming out, everyone, in person as well as online. Thank you for joining us. Y'all have a good night. Yes, if you can put the gold, leave the gold prayer book, put the silver and the red in the back there, and I think that's it. Good night.